This hastily agreed ceasefire comes after the House of Representatives formally condemned Trump's Syria withdrawal by a vote of 354 to 60, including over 100 Republicans in the House. Here's the latest. It's difficult to know which is Trump's moment of the week, really, isn't it? Betraying his allies in the fight against ISIS or hosting next year's G7 meeting at one of his golf resorts. He doesn't give a fuck. Does he? He doesn't give a shit. It's actually quite impressive. Insane, but impressive. But, you know, he does it anyway, because, let's face it, he's the fucking president, isn't he? What are you going to do? You know, 3 years of getting away with this shit, you know, and no one can stop him. Clearly, because he's still fucking there. No one's got him yet, and the other side still haven't got their shit together. It's a fucking embarrassment. They still don't know if they have anyone who can beat Donald Trump. So he just carries on spouting nonsense and racist dog whistles and non sequiturs and half-finished, you know, whether it be condemning thousands of his own allies to death or deciding to become the next Cilla Black. You've never met the killer of your teenage son. Well, surprise, surprise, she's in the next room with a load of press photographers. Surprise, surprise. This is how Donald Trump thinks the world works. It's a TV show. This is how his brain works. He thought that was a good idea. 2 grieving parents, you say, and a major diplomatic row with our closest ally. Let's have a photo op. Hashtag sad. He's an ideas guy. You know, he's full of them. He's full of them. Nuking tornadoes, locking up brown children in cages, arming teachers. Like he says himself, his is a great and unmatched wisdom. You know, he's the Wizard of fucking Oz, especially when it comes to foreign policy. You know, probably not the first president to start a war by running away, but he is the first president to condemn thousands of his own allies to death while sat taking a dump and fucking about on Twitter. Fuck 'em. They didn't help us in Normandy, did they? And where were they during the American Revolution? Fuck 'em. He didn't even give the Kurds the courtesy of a fucking heads up. Guys, you're about to get slaughtered. I'll give you to the count of 10. What a bastard. What a bastard. A man who would rather listen to Fox News than his generals. A commander-in-chief whose own state and defense departments call it a disaster for regional stability and the fight against Islamist extremism, whilst Trump called the decision strategically brilliant, claiming this hastily begged-for ceasefire was the plan all along. Bullshit. It is strategically brilliant for Vladimir Putin. Why does Trump prefer to help his enemies rather than his allies? Who gives a shit if thousands of ISIS fighters are let back out into the world? Because they'll just be heading to Europe. Who gives a shit? He treats his allies like shit. Whereas Putin, Erdogan, ISIS are continually rewarded. Not forgetting Kim Jong-un, a brutal dictator to whom Trump seems to enjoy giving a sloppy blowjob once every 6 months. And now he's thanked Erdogan and called this a great day for civilization. Watch this space civilization, because what we're about to witness is nothing short of US state-sanctioned ethnic cleansing. Behold his great and unmatched wisdom. Thank you. Well, back in Washington, it was business as usual as the president and the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, traded insults over a photo.